And that was the question we faced, that was the question I faced. And really you have two scenarios. You have this, it's mine, and we're pulling for it, each one. And I'll tell you, this hasn't been my experience. But it is option A. Option B is more, it ain't mine. That ain't my job. You talk to schedulers in my company, they go, I don't know how to build a model. Google SketchUp, what the heck are you talking? I want float. Where's float? Right? Okay? You talk to a modeler and they're like, I just built a model. I don't, what do you mean? How's it gonna be built? Virtually, it's built, I'm done. Have a nice day. Right? So both these groups are going, I don't want it. So I'm gonna make the premise and the argument that the schedulers are the ones that should be leading the 4D process. Okay? Woohoo! I got some supporters and those who are quiet, I know where you stand. So perfect. But that's my point, that's my viewpoint, and that's going to be my argument on why I believe it should be the scheduler. Okay, right now, our current state, schedulers work with superintendents to build the schedule. Okay? There are cases where schedulers have 15 years experience, they can take a set of drawings, they can build a schedule by themselves, but really it's the superintendent. Okay, and why do I have a job as a scheduler? Because superintendents don't want to learn the software. Yeah. Okay, so I have a job. So they want me to do it, I'll put it in faster. You know, if there's resource loading, cost loading, superintendents don't want any of that stuff. I just want to go build a job. Okay? That's our current state. Well, the same way with 4D, now that modeler, the VDC person, has to work with the scheduler in order to create the 4D animation. And here's what I mean by that. Just last week, one of the schedulers down here in San Diego had to do a 4D presentation, or a 4D animation synchro. I'm like, well, you took the free classes, right, that Tom offered? Yeah, I took those like a year ago. I go, well, did you print the manual? No, I haven't printed the manual. Can you just tell me how to do it? Guys, download the manual, take the training. I told Tom last year, make training mandatory before the software would work. But it's not a good sales pitch. But anyway, so I walked him through it and I said, look, here's your key. He said, this was Monday. He goes, can I get it done by Thursday? I go, you can get it done by Tuesday if the model was built correctly. What do you mean by if the model was built correctly? I go, it's a parking structure. If you have columns that start at the ground floor and go up 80 feet and they're one element, you're hosed. If you have parking decks and they're one element, it's over. If you import this model and the parking structure deck's been broken into the 10 deck pours we're going to do, and the columns actually break at the column line, the pour height, home free. It's home free. Sure enough, he imported it. Wow, it was beautiful. It was built the way he needed to. He was done. Going from 0 to done Tuesday at noon. Okay? I walked him through a little bit of it, and if he'd taken that training, he'd have been done at Monday at 5, but whatever. Okay. So the power of Synchro is a scheduling component. At its heart, and this is where I say it's in my opinion, at Synchro's heart, it is a scheduling software. You can build a schedule in Synchro. I actually prefer for proposals to build the schedule in Synchro, right? Because when I'm doing a parking structure deck, I have form deck, inserts, rebar, all these different activities. Well, in the model, at 45 seconds blowing by, all I'm going to see is a deck. So I need an activity that says deck 1. So I'll build it in Synchro based upon my model components. Also in Synchro, I can make changes to the schedule and see a difference in the animation, okay? It's not that anything in the animation has changed as far as the modeling components, it's the schedule, it's the plan that changes, so therefore it should be the scheduler who's sitting behind Synchro, who's running the application. Next one. One of the things that I think is the coolest thing ever is you can put equipment into your 4D model and show the cranes moving through how they're going to build the job. Okay? This project right here was a pursuit down in San Diego for a prison. The other contractor had been let go, they were putting it out to bid, and the whole question was, how do we keep these 2 cranes productive the entire time? We're going to have one crane doing structural steel, one crane that's going to do the precast panels, and I don't ever want those 2 cranes to leave. What's our plan? Okay? And so I was able to go in there and draw the little paths and show this. You know, a little background in 2008, 2009, you know, McCarthy had invested in this software, and I remember my VP Ops said, I want to see ambulances move. You know, I ain't Pixar. An ambulance movie. What the hell are you talking about? He said, I want to show doctors, because we have to reconfigure the roads, I want to show them how their ambulances are going to get to the emergency room. But that's pretty powerful, right? We're trying to communicate to doctors who don't understand construction, don't understand anything about what's going to happen. All they know is when they come in on Monday, they're not going to know where to park. They're not going to know where the ambulance is supposed to go. Okay? So by either taking still shots or videos, I can communicate to an owner, a hospital, with people who are lives on the line, here's how you're going to get your ambulance in. Here's how you're going to get your deliveries. Okay? Who knows, out of the VDC and the scheduler, where are those ambulances going to go? Where are these cranes going to go? How are we going to erect this building? Well, really, that's in the mind of the superintendent. But the superintendent gives that information to the scheduler to build the schedule. So therefore, the scheduler, I as the scheduler know, we're going to erect steel east to west. We're gonna in this scenario, we're gonna build that center spine out, and we're gonna bring out the precast panels coming out, moving in the direction east to west. Okay. Not to insult anybody, really. Okay. But schedulers have this secret language that we like to use because we don't like to type, right? And so, and it's much, if I have a schedule, okay, what is, and it's hard to read here, but GFRC. Most modelers, I don't know what GFRC is. Glass, fiberglass, glass, fiber reinforced concrete. I'm hungry, guys. I ate at 11. I'm talking as fast as I can. Okay. What I'm getting at is, as a modeler, I'd have to know what that is. As a scheduler, I know what it is, but in the model, all I have to do is go, oh, that's the panel right there. Click on it. Beep. I don't care what you called it. Okay, if you call it block 1, I just hit shift, click the thing, link the task, I'm done. Right? The minor modifications, in my opinion, minor modifications in Synchro are great. I want to cut this slab in half, I want to cut it in thirds, whatever it is. Right? I can do that. I don't necessarily have to go back to my modeler to change anything. Okay? If the modeler is running the show and he needs something, now I've got to teach him scheduling principles and how the schedule is built, and what is logic, what is flow, why is that tie there? Okay? So I can make simple changes in Synchro. I'm not going to go in there and build anything in Synchro. Who's going to update this thing? Right? We've built the model, we've done the 4D animation. Who's going to update it? It ain't going to be the modeler. I'm there right now. The modeler's not going to go in there and put actuals. Right? Because really, in the mindset, the modeler, I built my model, I'm virtual designing instruction. The model is done. Here you go. Have a nice day. Okay, it's kind of that's what they do, virtual, right? But I'm looking at, as a scheduler and as in the world of 4D, what does it look like in 6 months? What does it look like in 8 months? The only way to do that is update the schedule, okay? So really what it comes down to, it's a collaborative effort, okay? 4D is going to be the scheduler, it's going to be the VDC person, right? I'm not a modeler. I tried to model my house once, it didn't go so well. But I need the modeler to understand the sequence of work, because again, if the model's built right, it's a day. You've got a 4D rough draft animation, okay? So I need to work with the modeler to say, here's how we're going to build the job, here's what it looks like, here's the amount of deck cores, here's where I want the columns broken up, and they can do that, and they can put it in. So it's going to be both of us. You know, that's why in this picture you have Colonel Sanders with the young guy. He works for McCarthy, so I can make fun of him. That's it. There's lunch.
So I'll leave that for you as encouragement. When things are off the rails, don't scream. Please don't scream if your management get on schedule. We know that's where we're supposed to be. That's where we'd rather be. Instead, stay calm, think, leverage a tool like Synchro, and do something to make a positive change. So here's to make more great stories from all of us. I look forward to having some time to talk, eat, whatever over the next couple of days with a lot of you guys. And thanks for the time.